Yo, what's going on, man? Today is December the 12th, 2023. It's your boy Chris. And this is, excuse me, this is the ChrisBeCappinn show. Live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. You guys do me a favor and hit the like button for me as you join. As always, we have, what is it, a 5-game slate to get into for today. But as always, let's do a quick recap of yesterday. Coming off a pretty good day yesterday, 5-2. I actually started off with two losers. It's crazy to think that you win 5 bets after you lose two. And I was furious watching the first 2 bets lose. We were official on Orlando first half. I was scanning back and forth between the games yesterday, and Orlando was winning by 4 points, 4 or 5 points, with 4 minutes left, and they let Cleveland go on I think it was a 14-6 run. The end of the second quarter to lose the game, and of course they get smashed in the second half. So probably should have just played the full game, but what do you do? Orlando's been good at the crib, so I figured I'd take them early. They've been good at in the first half at the crib, so I figured I'd take them early. They end up winning the third quarter, 30-15, and pretty much blowing that game out of reach. End up winning the game by double digits last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Orlando's really, really good, man. That was with Paolo getting hurt yesterday as well. Then the other one was Denver first quarter. It was also a loser. I thought it was going to be a smash city spot for Denver yesterday, and I was right. They just didn't do it in the first quarter. They actually got outscored by 9 in that first quarter. Go on to outscore the Atlanta Hawks by I think 11 in the second quarter, and then never looked back. Third quarter started, smashed by. I knew Denver. I called it. I said Denver's going to get off the snide today. Probably should have went little bit bigger on the -2.5 for the full game. First quarters just don't tend to treat me well at all, man. Also, I didn't give this out to the chat, but I gave it out to the chat. Didn't give it out to my members, but I did take the Pelicans first quarter, first half as well. That was also a split. The Pelicans turned the ball over with about 11 seconds left in the first quarter with a 2-point lead to give up a dunk, and then couldn't score, of course. So they end up, tying at the end of the first quarter. We had them, minus a half a point. But I didn't add that to my record. Didn't add the loss to my record either because I didn't give it out to my members. And then the winners, Denver first half, Denver full game. OKC first half -7. Probably should have went full game there as well. And then that Spurs team total to go under 108.5 was a non-sweat bet. They just couldn't score. Shot horrendous from the field. Houston also shot horrendous for the field. Was watching most of that game. And I didn't have any plays in the late game. Also, the over for Washington and Philly. Philly just basically got to the full game over by themselves. I think it was 247 points scored yesterday. So thank God, because Washington did not come to play yesterday, but over 244.5 as well. So 5-2 day plus 2.75 units there. We're up 25.5 units on the season, which is good because we were trending in the wrong direction for a little while last week, but we've had a couple winning days in a row. We had got all the way up to 35 units on the season. Then we dropped down to 19, which was the lowest we got. And then we're back up 25. So that feels good to be getting off the snide. 4 or 5 winning days in a row. And hopefully we can kind of keep it going. So no further ado, let's jump into it for today. Also, real quick, shout out to OddsJam, man. I always like to plug OddsJam in. If you guys are looking for a sports betting software that's going to give you pretty much anything, OddsJam has it. They also have what I like to use, which is the Sportsbook Screen page, where you guys can customize and get what player props, total, sides, over, unders, points, rebounds, and assists, just points and assists, anytime touchdowns for football, double doubles for basketball, triple doubles. It'll show you the book that has the best value, and it'll show you, excuse me. And it'll also show you all the other books that have, that play as well. So you're getting the best number every single time using OddsJam. 25% off your first month with code CBC. The link is in the description of the video on YouTube, and it's also in my link tree as well if you guys are watching on Twitter. So wanted to get those in real quick. I'll tell you guys, 1, 2, 3. There's 5 games on the card for today. Not a lot that I'm loving. I'll just be honest with you guys. Not a lot that I'm loving. A lot of injury report stuff going on in these games, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. So there's pretty much a key injury to every single player to a key player in almost every game today. So let's go ahead and just chop it up and get into it. I have placed one bet I'll give that to you guys when we get to that game. And I'm probably not going to play anything else if I'm being honest. Not a lot of ways that I'm looking on this slate for today. Rather just, watch these games tonight, learn as much as I possibly can, and then fast forward to tomorrow and go ahead and start capping that card for tomorrow. Haven't even looked ahead, but I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. We'll probably get a big slate for tomorrow. So first game up, we got Lakers, we got Mavericks. We have the Lakers' first game off the in-season tournament, of course. This game is difficult to handicap because you don't know for sure if, Anthony Davis, LeBron James are going to play. Also, Jared Vanderbilt. All three of those guys are listed as questionable. Those are arguably the best defensive players that the Lakers have when they're all locked in. On the opposite side, I didn't see any update information on these, but Grant Williams he's not on the injury report. I think he's going to play. Kyrie Irving is listed as out. Derrick Jones Jr. is listed as a game-time decision. And Tim Hardaway Jr. is also listed as game-time decision. Also, Luka popped up on the injury report. And you see the line move. I think this opened at 1.5 when I was looking at it last night. And 1.5 dogs are the Mavericks, and the line moved all the way to 4 now. So for the Mavs, of course, this is the second leg of a road home back-to-back. The Mavs, I looked into this because I was trying to find a way to play this game, but I looked at the Mavs. They're 7-6 all time. Are the Mavs 7-6 straight up, 7-5-1 against the spread since Luka joined the team on the second leg of a road home back-to-back. So when they're traveling from a road game to a home game on a back-to-back, they're 7-6 straight up, 7-5-1 against the number. You look at this Lakers team outside of the in-season tournament games. They're 4-7 straight up, just 5-6 against the spread on the road this season. They're losing by an average of 8 points. This is the first leg of a back-to-back for them as well. They play in San Antonio tomorrow. Head-to-head wise, Dallas has kind of owned this Lakers team because they're typically getting points. They're 8-2 straight up, but just won 8-1 against the spread. They're 7-3 to the under in the last 10 meetings as well. I don't have a strong feel for this game. I think initially coming out of the All-Star break, coming out of the in-season tournament, I wanted to fade the Lakers, of course, because, little bit too much celebration. You typically have a down game after, you exert so much energy. But this one actually sets up well for the Lakers in my estimation. The Lakers are not on the second leg of a back-to-back like the Dallas Mavericks are. And the Mavericks, not just the second leg of a back-to-back, they had to travel. And Luka played big minutes last night, of course, without Kyrie in that game against the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Mavs are, what in my estimation, a pretty good team. But I think, health-wise is something that I'm always looking at when I'm capping these games. I think that they could be a little too injured in this spot. And I would need to know the status of all those guys that are listed as questionable in this one. And I also I don't feel like I can trust the Lakers right now. Like I know that they're getting healthy at the right time. Well, you could say a tad bit early, but they are getting healthy. They have been playing really good defense. In-season tournament defense held every team under their team total. I talked about that on Saturday. But I'm not sure if they're going to turn up in the spot the same way that they did in that game. So to me, it seems like a letdown spot for the Lakers. I think I want to see them play. And I need to know that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are both going to play in this game because this is, like I said, the first leg of a back-to-back. So I didn't play anything in this game. I just kind of skipped the whole game. But best of luck if you guys got any action. Let's go to the comment section real quick. This should be a quick show, too. I'm not going to be on here for long. Boss Hub, appreciate you for becoming a YouTube member, my guy. Appreciate you, man. The membership, if you guys want access to my plays when I make them, membership is $5.99 a month through YouTube. It gives you all of my plays as soon as I make them. I just send them to the chat sometimes with a write-up. It depends on if the line's moving or not. Sometimes I'll send it. I always got to write up, but sometimes I don't send it. Prolific says, "What's up, Chris? Everybody hit the like. Everybody, let's get the likes to match the number of people in the chat. Smash that like button, please. Appreciate you, Prolific. I appreciate that, my guy." David, another member. Prolific's a member. David's a member. David says, "Today's challenge for the community. Let's get 100 likes or better, man. Chris absolutely deserves it. And go Pacers." Hey, shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate you guys for showing the love. Shout out to David. Shout out to Prolific. Definitely hit the like button for me if you guys are, enjoying the show. I know a couple guys sent me some DMs yesterday, made some big money off the plays that were shared on the show. Some of my plays, I think a couple of the others as well. hit pretty big last night. So shout out to you guys for just tuning in, for supporting the show. Genuinely appreciate you guys for doing so. What's up, Uncut? J Core says another day, another dollar. Let's get it, Chris. What's up, Navi? He also says everybody hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Daily Uncut says, how you feeling about your Lakers? I know Kyrie is out and Luka ? But potential letdown spot? I think so, Uncut, which is why I can't play him in this spot, man. I could not play him at all. He said, excited to be back, no longer working for the sports books. Okay. Courtney says, love the channel, Chris. Appreciate the love, Courtney. Hopefully we can cash some more tickets and kind of keep it going. What's up to my guy Malik in the chat? He says, let's get the money. Coop, sharp guy. Coop always in the chat, man. Coop's pretty sharp guy. He says, Caleb came through with the points. He was on Caleb Martin last night playing in front of his brother. Remember we talked about that? 1 rebound shy of cashing his double-double. But, hey, new money to be made today. That is absolutely correct. Shout out to Coop for pulling up on me. Justin, I see you in the chat as well. Daily Uncut says everybody hit the like button. Daniel says, Chris be crippin'? No. I'm not a crip. I'm not associated with any gangs at all, man. Relax, Dave. Easy Money says, yo, great read on Denver first half. I cashed. Amazing performance on both ends from Strouter. Yeah, Strouter had a career high. I think it was a Denver Nuggets first half rookie high for points. I think he scored 19. You know Atlanta don't play no defense. Denver just wasn't playing defense in the first quarter. We should have cashed on all 3 of them. It should have been a trifecta spot for Denver yesterday. Like I said, with them boys getting ejected, and the way that they lost, coming off 3 straight losses, I wish I could back Denver every single time in a spot like that. Love the spot for them last night. David says, I love Klay Thompson, Devin Booker last year, Klay for 20. Okay. I remember that. I do remember that. We'll see how it goes, though. Raven likes Mavs +4. I could see that. Coop says, I like risky, but I'm taking Jaylen Brown, rebounds and assists at 8.5 at plus money. Getting ejected last game and calling out ESPN about not getting assist numbers. Expect him to play with the chip on his shoulder. I can see that. What's up, SK? Hope all is well with you as well, my brother. LA likes the Lakers. He said he took LA money line -125 last night. Best of luck to you there. Jimmy says, can see Traces having another good game. Who is Traces? Dallas, a very poor perimeter defense, and especially if Lakers sit some players. Who is Traces? I'm not sure. Oh, Reeves. Okay, Reeves. It's typo. Okay, yeah, I could maybe potentially Reeves. Reeves he's almost like AD this year so far, though. If you watch him play, he tends to play better in the bigger moments. Like he hit the big shot against the Phoenix Suns, but he had been playing down to below expectations. So we'll see. Brandon says he's leaning Cam Reddish points. Jay Clicks like Dallas on the money line. Grind for Greater says who guards AD tonight. The thing with AD Grind for Greater is that he can literally take himself out the game. How motivated is Anthony Davis going to be in this spot tonight? Of course, Derek Lively can't really guard him, but he like somebody from the chat could low key get out there, and Anthony Davis might pass out, a spot that's a favorable matchup for him where he could dominate. I'm real iffy on Anthony Davis, man. Love the guy. I can see a Laker. We know what he has the potential to do, but he reversed back to the mean a little too often for me. Real DJ said you got Mavs colors on. I hadn't even thought about that. This is like Maverick blue, but definitely not a Mavericks fan. You better believe that. Josh says taking the under on AD. We know he a roller coaster after the in-season tournament performance. Navi says AD been performing lately though. He has. He really has. And you know that letdown's coming soon. I would feel like an idiot for betting AD today instead of betting his over 40.5 points plus rebounds in the game against the Pacers who give up the most points in the paint. I feel like an idiot not betting that the other day, even though we did cash on the under. Glowboy says Austin plays good in big games, and a regular season game is a toss-up. That's what I said, Glowboy. I couldn't agree there. Couldn't agree more there. Hude says I wouldn't bet on Bron or Anthony Davis tonight. I'm kind of with you, Hude. I'm kind of with you. David says 151 watching, 64 likes. Would y'all be mad if Chris made y'all pay? Smash the like button. I'm not going to make people pay for the show, man. I'm not going to make people pay for the show at all. Go back to Coop one more time real quick before we go to the next game. He said it's risky, but I'm taking Jaylen Brown, rebounds plus assists, a plus money, getting ejected last game and calling out ESPN about not getting assists on 43 field goal attempts. I expect them to play with a triple shot. Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that for sure. Markel said he's fading the Lakers tomorrow. The Lakers got the Spurs tomorrow. It's a super letdown spot. That's a super letdown spot, Markel. So I'm with you, man. And for the ChrisBeCappinn stuff, man, nah. This is a ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt. This is a ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt. I don't put the blue one on that often, but it's just a little t-shirt. It's a little t-shirt, man. All right, let's keep going. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Y'all cracking me up. Let's go on to next game. We got the Cavs and we got the Celtics. So this line actually opened with the Cavs they were laying double digits when I looked last night. The total was at 224, I want to say. It ticked up half a point to 224 and a half. For Cleveland, let's go to injury report real quick. You do have, I think we did get confirmation that Evan Mobley is going to continue to be out of this game or very unlikely to play. We also got Karis LeVert as a game time decision. He's a toss up right now. Boston full squad. We know that they just got Porzingis back against New York and crushed New York in that spot. Probably a pretty motivated spot after losing to the Pacers in the in-season tournament game. They got a full roster tonight, man. I'm just don't think I want to lay double digits with Boston. I went back and looked at some numbers just to try to see if I could get comfortable with doing it. But this is, for people who don't know, this is the first of one of those back-to-back mini-series that two teams play. So Boston actually has 4 games. They're all at home this week. They play Boston twice. They play Cleveland twice. So they play Cleveland tonight. They play Cleveland again on Thursday. And then they play Orlando, I think, on Friday and Sunday or something like that. But they got both teams at home, don't have to leave their arena at all. So it's like a 5 or 6 game homestand for Boston in this spot. Cleveland, they're 7-4 straight up on the road, but just 5-6 on the second leg of a back. That's so far. So they are on the second leg of a back-to-back after the loss to the Magic last night. The Cavs are 1-5 straight up and against the spread on the second leg of a back-to-back game when they're a dog dating back to last season. So it's typically a spot that you could fade them in when they're on the second leg of a back-to-back in their dog in that spot. They're also 3-0 to the under as road dogs on the second leg of a back-to-back since the start of last season. So their offense might, struggle in this spot is what this trend says. Boston on the opposite side, they one of the few remaining, maybe the only team left as a potentially undefeated team at home. They're 10-0 at home straight up, 3-7 against the number. I looked at this too. So with Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Andrew Holiday in the starting lineup, the Celtics are 12-3 straight up, but just 6-7-2 against the spread. So I was thinking, with Porzingis being back, maybe they could cover this line, but they're just 6-7-2 against the number. They are winning those games by average of 10 points, though. So they've just been big favorites. We know that the market has this team as the favorite to win the championship on most sports books. Another angle I looked at. So since Mazzulla took over as the head coach, which is the start of last season, they're 5-0 straight up, 4-1 against the spread as a home favorite, playing an opponent that's on the second leg of a back-to-back game. Those games are also 4-1 to the under. So to me, I think this one could potentially go under. The Cavs have been playing, a little inconsistent. Like they have been having good first halves, but they typically can't maintain. Boston, 24-4 straight up, 19-9 against the number when Tatum and Jaylen Brown plays. So this goes back like a while ago versus an unrested opponent and they're a home favorite. So they are covering in this spot, but number going up, I wouldn't even play the 10. Honestly, I think Cleveland could get a backdoor cover in this spot. I don't think of the Cavs as a team that's just going to lose by, big margin on the road just because they're on the second leg of a back-to-back. I know that they don't have Mobley, but, Boston has to take them serious in order to win this game by a big margin like that. And because of the blowout potential, I'm not going to get there on any props in this game either. But I will go back to the chat real quick on this one, see what you guys are liking. Real DJ X says, you think Chris Paul will play with the chip on his shoulder? I think at this point, Chris Paul career, I don't think he ever gonna really have a chip on his shoulder. He's been playing the NBA for so long, so I don't really think so. I could be wrong, but I mean, who knows? I hadn't really read anything about Chris Paul playing with a chip on his shoulder. It is the organization that traded him. They did do it kind of dirty. So maybe he plays with a little added motivation. I know Scott Foster isn't ref in the game, so that's a more favorable matchup for him, and more minutes he probably gonna play tonight. They'll need him. They'll need him. Golden State's really been struggling lately, so we'll get into that game in a second. David says Chris wearing that Pacers blue. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not a Pacers fan. Big fan of the way they play the game, but yeah, not a fan at all. I'm gonna just say Wells because I know I'm gonna butcher that. Luka is out. Do the Lakers make it? Do the Lakers take it, Chris? Did Luka get ruled out? I didn't see anything about Luka being ruled out. I know he was questionable with a back injury. I didn't see anything about him officially being ruled out. Somebody let me know if they see updated news on Luka. I'm gonna go check real quick too. Mark Williams listed as doubtful. Was the last thing I saw. That was yesterday. Zion listed as questionable after having 30 last night. That's interesting. All right, let's get back into it for this game. Let's see. Boston giving them a double. Oh man, no, I don't think that's gonna happen either. Chloe Parlay Guru says I got Lakers and Celtics money line plus 122 last night and straight bet on the Lakers -1 tonight. Best of luck to you, bro. Dante likes the Cavs plus 12. I think Cavs plus 12 is the right play. I just feel like that number is big, man. Like you got to pay a premium. Like fading some of these teams that the markets are so high on can just return like really good investment. The Clippers last night, they almost lost that game outright. I'm thinking about the Bucks being a home favorite. They continue laying double digits and like they barely win. So yeah, like their defense not good enough for them to be laying double digits. I just think the market could be a little bit high. I understand that it's double, it's a back-to-back, but 12 is a lot of points to lay, man. Unless you find some motivation from the other team, I can't lay 12 in most spots. Or the roster is just, really, really bad. But, Strus could go off in this game. Darius Garland could turn up. They still got Donovan Mitchell. Jared Allen's still down there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they can keep it close. Call me crazy. Jimmy says Mitchell over 26.5 points on DraftKings. Mitchell always goes crazy against Boston, and usually because they are losing all game, so he's chasing points and Strus over threes. That's what I kind of just said, Jimmy. Could not talk you off, man. Best of luck, bro. SK said leaning Donovan Mitchell over 30.5 points plus assists seems too low. He had 44, 49, 31, 44 for Cavs versus Boston. Might get there, just a blowout. You guys are on the same page. These messages came in right behind each other, literally in the same minute, 5:27. I think both of y'all could be on the right side here, SK and Jimmy. Cory says Celtics first half, -6.5, maybe in play for me. See, I actually think the opposite, Cory. I couldn't talk you off, but to me, if the Celtics are going to win the first half, I think you take them full game too. I know that the Celtics are the best first half team in the NBA right now, but if Cleveland's going to run out of gas, which that's what the numbers say for teams that play on the second leg of a back-to-back, to me, I think they run out of gas and they give everything they have in the first half. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. Brandon likes the Cavs team total under if Garland and Mitchell not hitting their shots. Where's the offense coming from? It showed last night. Yeah. But the difference is in last night, Brandon, is that Orlando was turned up for that game last night. One of the reasons why I liked Orlando early, they were turned for that game because they lost and got smashed in the last game. They ended up fighting back in the second half, and I think ended up losing by 10 less than a week ago in Cleveland. But I gave you guys the quotes that Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, said yesterday. He was like, we got to, limit turnovers. We got to make shots because they shot 2 for 23 from the three-point line. So I don't know if Boston's going to have that same energy in this spot tonight. We'll see how it goes, though. Tariq says, what's up, Chris? Hopped on late. Short slate, bunch of BTBs. Let's see how it goes. We'll see how that goes. He says not officially out. Luka has not been ruled out yet. I didn't think he was out. DJ Props like Donovan Mitchell at 40. He said he had 40 in 3 of the last 4 matchups versus Boston. Yeah, I couldn't talk anybody off of that. Dante says he likes Porzingis at 17.5 points. Okay. Yeah, I could see it. And that's like Porzingis points, his boards, Derek White boards and assists. Okay. Hey, best of luck, man. However y'all chose to get involved in that game. I don't think I'm gonna have any action, but I hope y'all cash. All right, so Nuggets and Bulls. I'm proud of myself because last night I'm knowing that the Bulls were playing on the second leg of a back-to-back tonight, knowing that the Nuggets were also going to play on the second leg of a back-to-back tonight, And when the Bulls go to overtime, I'm watching that game last night, and I'm like, Nuggets, about to jump on the Nuggets. And this is something that I probably would have made a mistake with last year, right? Just not being too cautious or cautious enough and just saying, okay, fade the team that went to overtime last night. But looking deeper into it, could the Nuggets still win and cover this spread? They absolutely could. But last night, this it was a discrepancy in this number. I saw that 7 on some books. I saw all the way up to 8.5 on other books. The public money kind of coming in on it immediately because the Bulls were going to overtime. And I just kind of stayed off. I slept on it. I knew what, I had my thoughts. I wanted to look a little bit more into it. I'll tell you guys this. The Bulls, so injury report-wise, Jamal Murray is listed as a game-time decision. If anybody who was watching that game last night, he rolled the other ankle. He rolled the left ankle. So he had been having trouble with his right ankle. He rolled the left ankle in the first quarter. He went to the bench, but he came back in, played it off, actually ended up cooking in the game. Not sure how that ankle is going to feel today. Of course, when you're on the second leg of a back-to-back, you got longer to report. The injury report, like it doesn't have to come out, I think at like 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock, whatever time frame it is, you get extra time on the second leg of a back-to-back. Aaron Gordon is likely to play. I think he's listed as probable in this one. And on the opposite side, it looks like Patrick Williams is also listed as questionable. Caruso didn't play yesterday. He's also a game-time decision while Zach LaVine continues to be out in this game. So a couple of angles I looked at in this one, and I do have an official play in this game. So the Bulls, just kind of giving you guys some information, what I looked at. The Bulls are 4-1 straight up, 5-0 against the spread since LaVine went out of the rotation. They're 4-1 to the over in those games. They've gone over their team total in 4 of the 5 games. Get this. If you guys remember last week, we took the Bulls team total over against the Charlotte Hornets, which is the worst defense they faced in the last 5 games, and it was the only one that they went under, and they went under by a point. So that lets you know how bad our luck has been. But they're 4-1 to the over with those games going over by an average of 11 points are the Bulls since LaVine went out. The Bulls played 2 games on the second leg of a back-to-back last season. We know that their roster didn't change much. They averaged 29.5 points in the first quarter of those games, 53 points in the first half, but only 50 points in the second half of those 2 games. So that was one way I was kind of looking at it. I think the Bulls over in the first quarter, just because the number probably going to be pretty low. And this total did go up. Last night, I think I was looking at 216, 217. I want to say it's up to 220 now. But I like the first half a little bit more, first quarter over a little bit more than the full game. Also looked at since the start of last season, just a league-wide trend. 27 teams have actually played on the second leg of a back-to-back after going to overtime. And those teams averaged 58 points in the first half and only 54 points in the second half. So it tells me that, tired legs start to sit in, shots start to be a little short, and your scoring goes down just a tad bit. So first half over or first half team total over, first quarter, I feel like should be able to get there as well. Because typically you're going to run out of gas at some point. You don't really feel it as much in the first quarter. That's what the league-wide trends say. And it's also, you can also see it in the Bulls couple games that they played last season as well. Another way I was looking at attacking this game was potentially fading the Bulls. I'm not going to get there with Denver, but I did look at a league-wide trend that says if you go to an overtime game and you're on the second leg of a back-to-back and you had to travel, so your site is not the previous site and it's not a conference game. We know teams tend to take conference games a tad bit more, and you're a dog in that spot, 16-33 against the spread. So 32.7% of the time do those teams cover the number. So that's 67.3% says that Denver will cover this game, but I didn't get there on Denver. Denver has been absolutely terrible on the road. The only reason I backed them yesterday because they were off 3 straight losses, and one of those was a home loss, and they were playing against the Atlanta Hawks, who just been losing to everybody. So with the Bulls playing a little bit better, Denver probably being a little satisfied with the win that they got last night, non-conference game. So I can't really say that they're going to play, extremely good basketball in this spot. And you got Jamal Murray still listed as game time decision. I couldn't get there with Denver. But I do like that first quarter, first half team total. I just didn't, and I would probably play both. I don't think that, Jokic could have a big game in this spot, especially if Jamal Murray doesn't play. So I think Denver can kind of score. The Bulls defense hasn't been as good lately. They've been more so just their offense has been good. They've really been able to score. Kobe White has, literally been going crazy, so couldn't talk anybody off him. But the way I chose to play the game, fade DeMar DeRozan. So we got DeRozan off the 40-point game last night. He gets a really tough matchup against Aaron Gordon tonight. Second leg of a back-to-back with travel and overtime last night. He played 40-plus minutes. Like I said, 40-plus points. And he's averaging 28 points, a little bit below 28 points, like 27.5, 27.8, something like that. Points per games in 5 games without LaVine this season. But he hasn't scored 25 or more in back-to-back games since when he's played at least 40 minutes in his previous game. So I looked at this over the last 2 years, I want to say. So if LaVine's coming off a game where he's on the second leg of a back-to-back and played 40 minutes the night before, the reason why I looked at this was because DeRozan is getting a little bit older now. So I understand that he's been, kind of balling since LaVine went out, but I think it could be a real difficult matchup for him in this spot tonight. His previous 3 games against Denver, he's also going under the 25-point mark, and he's under in 5 of the last 6 games against the Denver Nuggets as well. So I did play DeRozan. Hopefully it's a super sharp look. We'll see how it goes, but I like DeRozan under his 24.5 points tonight. This line was coming down when I was looking at it. Not sure what it is right now, but 24.5 at minus 115 on BetMGM was the number that I got. Haven't really given out an under in quite some time, but I was looking at it last night. I said, man, I got to find something, different that I like, because I knew that I didn't like this slate from a size and a totals perspective. So that's one official play if you guys want to ride with me. It is DeMar DeRozan to go under, and he is at 24.5. That number is still available on BetMGM. Everywhere else has it, and DraftKings, everywhere else has it minus 120, or they have 23.5. So he is down to 23.5 on some books as well. ESPN Bet also has minus 115. So it's 3 books out there where you guys can get the same number that I got as well. Let's go back to the chat real quick and get to these last 2 games so we can get up out of here. Let's see. I like the over as well. I see that comment, Tariq. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. Bet on JC likes Tatum over his 2.5 threes. Could not talk you off there. Yeah, he hasn't been rolled out yet, Wells. He hasn't been rolled out yet. If I had to guess, I'd say Luka plays, man. Luka typically plays through injuries. He's almost like a little robot. If he gets hurt in the game, he always comes back. It doesn't matter what happened. Roll his ankle, elbow to the face, whatever. He always plays. Daily Uncut says, as good as a defender as Jared Allen is, they allow a lot of points to the center position. Can't trust Porzingis with my bankroll, but the numbers support it. Especially because Porzingis can stretch the floor. It makes sense. I wanted to look at their head-to-head matchup. I forgot to look at that earlier, Uncut. Because I do feel like they'll probably put Jared Allen on him, but he could become really uncomfortable, kind of like Mitchell Robinson when he plays against Porzingis if they're stretching the floor. So maybe Jared Allen rebounds under. Hadn't really thought about that. I'm gonna write that down. Just kind of capping on the fly. Maybe I'll look a little bit more into that. I'm glad you mentioned this, Uncut. Jared Allen rebounds under. Okay, I'll do some more digging on that and see what I come up with. What else? Malik says Bulls team total under 107 for me. Hoping Denver plays defense here. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it as well. Navi says saw the post on Pistons today. If you bet $100 on every Detroit opponent to roll, and if you bet $100 on every Detroit opponent and roll the winnings over for the past 20 games, you have 81 racks. Wow. I didn't click on the notification. It did get sent to my phone though. Now I've just been super busy today. That's insane, bro. That's like hitting a 10K challenge a couple different times. I think they lost like 20 games in a row. That's crazy. Brandon says, I like the over, even though it jumped up to 220.5. I still like it. Yeah, I think so too, Brandon. 2 teams on the back-to-back non-conference game. Denver, just played a really good defensive game last night. Chicago having to travel, scoring just a tad bit more. The first half over feels better to me, though. I like the first half over a little bit more than the full game, but could not talk you guys off of that over for this game. Donovan says, Chris, my bad, I'm late. I missed this game. But what spread would you be comfortable taking, looking to take Boston live if Cavs get off to a fast start? I would say I typically don't play spreads in the middle of the quarter. I typically play spreads at the end of the quarter because I think that teams can stay hot for a while, but when you get that adjustment, you get new rotations in. That's when I typically do it. So end of the first quarter, end of the first half. I typically like to wait till halftime. I like to play a lot of halftime bets and a lot of end of the third quarter bets because I think I can predict what's going to happen in the fourth quarter based on what I know about each team. So I would say halftime or end of the third quarter. For the members, I posted the play with the San Antonio Spurs yesterday, and I said that because the Spurs are such a bad second half team, potentially if the line wasn't 8.5, 9 at halftime, hop on it live, and if you did, you cash that play because that's just what the trends say. It says that it says that Houston is a really good defensive team at home. San Antonio runs out of gas late, the execution late, and they couldn't make a shot. Everything was clanked. It was a lot of 3-pointers. They couldn't make one of them when the game really came down to it last night. Navi likes Kobe White threes. Could not talk you off. Bogdanovich went bananas last night. Career high. He had 10 for 15 from the 3-point line. So Kobe White catches fire. Potential. Of course, they play at a much slower pace, but I could see it here in this spot. Coop says he's leaning Aaron Gordon. He likes points plus rebounds at 19.5. With the rumor that Jamal Murray might not play on the back-to-back, he's averaging 21.6 points plus rebounds without Murray in. Cannot talk you off for that look, Coop. Sounds like you did your homework, my brother. Best of luck if you get there. Tariq likes the Bulls game over. I can see it too. Like I said, first half over if I'm playing anything in that game. Bulls and that was on my short list. Bulls and Nuggets. First half over. First quarter over too. But probably not going to play the first quarter just because first quarters don't like me. They don't like me when I bet them. I get no love from the first quarter. Wells says the Nuggets will be okay. They have the Giants there. No one on the Bulls can stop them. Pretty sure you're talking about Jokic. Let's see. What else I got on this game? Scotty says, I played the Nuggets last night, but my dumb self added Jokic double-double at minus 1,100, and he went 27, 9, and 8, shaking my head. Yeah, it was a good game from Strawther last night. It was a good game from Jamal Murray as well. DeRozan under 3.5 rebounds at plus 100. Daniel likes that. What's up to my boy Sai? He says, yo. What's up, Troy? Appreciate you tapping in. Super Kel says Celtics first half minus 5.5 or first half team total. Or first half over 112.5. Neither for me, Super Kel. I want to see how Boston looks early. That's just me though. Like I don't really have a strong feel in the game. J.S. Brown likes Kobe White over 23.5 points plus assists. That number got to be higher than 23.5, right? I feel like it's got to be higher than 23.5. And then Michael says Celtics first half spread, but don't like the first quarter because I also think Cavs might start hot. Yeah, Cavs, when you don't think they're going to start hard, that's when start hot. That's when they typically do start hot. Remember what they did to Philly when they were on the road in the first leg of a back-to-back a couple of weeks ago. They went into Philly and beat them and started that game really hot. And that says Mavs optimistic Luka will play. We'll see how that goes. Keith likes Patrick Williams 15 points. How I feel about Luka assist tonight? I don't really have a strong feel, Globoy. The reason why is because I don't know what kind of defensive effort. If you could tell me what defensive effort we're gonna get from the Lakers, from Jared Vanderbilt being out there, if he's not gonna pick on D'Angelo Russell, from having a screen set, then I probably like Luka assist to go under. He don't got a lot of offensive guys out there that's gonna be able to score the ball for him. I mean, Steph Curry can knock down some shots, and Grant Williams can as well, but Grant Williams has missed the last couple of games, so he could be a bit rusty in this spot. Dante Exum isn't the greatest three-point shooter, and now you got Josh Green already listed as out, and Derrick Jones Jr. also listed as game time decision. So I don't really like it a lot at all. All right, let's keep going. We got 2 more games to get into. Next one up is going to be the Warriors and the Suns. So this line opened with last night. It was at 3 in favor of the Suns, home favorite. They were laying 3. Line went up to 3.5. Total was at 234.5. You see the total come down to 231. And you see the spread come down to Suns -1. That, of course, with the news that Kevin Durant, who was listed as questionable, has officially been ruled out. Bradley Beal is supposed to play in this game, however. This is a game that I actually don't have too much of a feel on. I don't Golden State took out money the other day because the guy off the bench, I forgot what his name is, Podashevsky or whatever his name is, scored the layup with no time left in that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We had a -3, and they ended up losing by 2 on a shot that really just did not matter at all. And I was super frustrated by that on the last second play of the game. But the Warriors played that they probably should have won. This is the trend that I'm noticing with the Warriors. They start the game really, really hot. I watched them do it 2 Saturdays ago against the Clippers. They built a double-digit lead in the first half. Against the Oklahoma City Thunder the other day, same exact thing. They build a double-digit lead in the first half, and then they just, for some reason, like the third quarter Warriors is no longer a thing, especially when they're on the road. That's like probably their worst quarter when they're on the road is their third quarter. So while they've been playing really, really good in the first half, they have not been playing as well in the second half. The Suns also not really hot right now. They're going through their own turmoil as far as injury stuff because they can't seem to get everybody healthy at the same time. In this game, outside of Kevin Durant, Grayson Allen is still listed as out. You got some chemistry stuff you got to figure out with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. It also makes them super small because from what I'm seeing, Eric Gordon is going to play the 3. He's a super small guy playing the 3. Then you got Bates Diop in there and Nurkic. So I guess my initial look, since centers typically dominate this team, so Luka did just get ruled in. I saw that. That spread will go up. Luka, I said he probably was going to play. I was right. Luka is ruled in. So whatever you want to do with that, do your thing. I'm not touching that game. But I'll say this. Nurkic, plays well against this Golden State team. Golden State continues to struggle with big men. I think it was Chet Holmgren in the last game and, just throughout the season. Golden State needs a win, man. They really, really need a win in the worst way. They really, really struggled recently. Golden State also does not play well in Phoenix. This is something that I'm telling you guys that I'm doing a little bit more digging into. Some teams just don't play well in other arenas. Golden State is 1-4 straight up and against the number versus the Phoenix Suns dating back to last season when they're playing in Phoenix. They're also 4-1 to the over in this spot as well. I don't have a strong feel on the game. I think I don't want to bet on Phoenix just because I want to see this rotation and see what it looks like. I would have loved to bet on them if Kevin Durant was going to play in this game. And Golden State, they have to be, extremely motivated. Also, it's the first leg of a back-to-back for the Suns. They do got the Brooklyn Nets on deck for tomorrow. So theoretically, the Suns should want to take this game a little bit more serious because it is a conference opponent. They could potentially be looking at the game for tomorrow as well, just because of the trade that was made. So I didn't play anything in this game. Didn't really dive into the player props. Like I said, not the greatest slate in my estimation. I don't have a strong feel in this game. Let's go back to the chat and see what you guys are looking at. Luis likes the Warriors and under 231.5. I'm not sure if they correlate or not because the Warriors actually been struggling to play defense in my estimation. But, we'll see. I know you like it for a reason. Best of luck to you, Luis. Maybe it's just because Kevin Durant is not going to be in there. Bradley Beal, really don't know what you're getting from him in this spot. So, yeah, I can see it. Navi says Mavs should just sit everyone out until they're all fully healthy and let the G League team take over. No, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. Brandon says revenge game for Warriors. Steph over his 4.5 threes. Also playing Devin Booker over his 37.5 points plus assists. Could see both of those, Brandon. Shout out to Navi. He just shouted out to Luka being ruled in. JS Brown he says Nurkic double-double tonight. I could see Nurkic getting a double-double tonight. I could absolutely see that. Yeah, I could see that. I think if I'm looking at a player prop, I hadn't even thought about it too much, but I just know that they struggle against centers. So, looking at a way to play Nurkic tonight, not sure if it'll be double-double or not, but I will have to look a little bit more into it. Jimmy says Booker over 12.5 rebounds and assists is an automatic play. Averaging 14.5 on the season and should have the ball in his hands all game without Kevin Durant and Bill minutes being limited. Draymond over 0.5 3. He's hit 4 of his last 5, Jimmy says. Yeah, Draymond's been letting that three-point shot go for people who haven't been paying attention. He hit 4 threes, I think it was, against the Clippers the other day, and I was watching that game. And it's typically early, too. So Draymond 3 for the first basket could actually be a look because he's not hesitating. He's like catching and shooting with with a lot of confidence right now. So like that look a lot, Jimmy. Best of luck to you tonight, my brother. Keith says Steph Curry has an insane track record versus Frank Vogel, taking his 30 plus in a win. Spicy. I like that. Avery says he likes the Suns -1.5 as the play. Brad Bill bringing an extra boost. Just a bad matchup for the Warriors, even without KD. Suns will lose tomorrow. Nets will be adjusted to being on the West Coast. We'll see how that goes. I got to look a little bit more into that. Tariq says possible Durant wants to show out against the Nets. I can't really get down with wanting to show out against the Nets. Potentially, I'm not 100% sure. Wells says we lost twice to the Suns, and in both losses, Draymond did not play. That's something to watch, Chris. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. If I had to play a side, I think I would lean towards Golden State in this spot. As difficult as that may sound, they have been covering on the road, and I think they could win this game outright. Would not surprise me if they were able to win this game outright tonight. Henry says, Chris, why Jokic triple-double plus 140? Yes. -200 is no triple-double. I'm not sure. I will say this. If you like Jokic triple-double, you probably want to play it now because if Jamal Murray's ruled out, that line is going to drop. It's definitely going to drop tonight for sure. All right, last game up. Let's get into this one so we can get to a couple of the speakers and get up off here. Kings and the Clippers, another game that, I don't know if you guys are noticing the trend, but a lot of these late games that come on the West Coast, I don't really have too many strong feels on. I just feel like anything happened on the West Coast. It's just a lot of madness over there, when it's about my bedtime, about 10:30, 11 o'clock, between 12:30 and 1 o'clock when I'm staying up trying to watch these games. This line did, it was the Clippers -3. When I looked at it this morning, I think it was 5 last night. It's down to 3. It was 5. Now it's up to 3.5. The total did go up from 234 to 236.5. These two teams are just opposite. The Kings are not playing much defense right now at all. The Clippers have been one of the better defensive teams in the league outside of last night. This is the second leg of a back-to-back with both teams. The Kings took care of the Brooklyn Nets pretty easily, and the Clippers really struggled to close out a Portland team that was without a lot of key players, even though they did get Anthony Simons back, and they had Shaedon Sharpe, who both went crazy in that game. I think the Clippers, when this seems to be the theme with the Clippers for me anyway. When they're supposed to win a game pretty easily, like when they land a lot of points, it's typically when they don't bring their best game. They just come out lackadaisical for whatever reason. We saw it, last night. They should have beat that Portland team by at least 15 to 20 points. No reason, no explanation for Portland being able to kind of keep that game close, and yet they did. I think they probably play hard in this game just because it's a interdivisional matchup. The Kings, second leg of a back-to-back with travel as well. And I think that, when I'm thinking about these two teams, I'm always take the team that play the better defense. And I think I know the Clippers are, one of the better defensive teams in the league right now, outside of the other team that's playing in LA, the team that they share a gym with, that they, got to get out of our gym here soon. So they can get their own gym with no banners. But, back to, like if I'm being on all seriousness, the Clippers defense is really, really good. They're top 10 defensively on the season. You look at last 5 games, even with Harden out there, I thought their defense might take a step back. Even with Harden being out there, their defense is, really, really good. They're a really solid defensive team. So I think they can slow De'Aaron Fox down. I think, Sabonis could potentially struggle in this spot, but I don't have the strongest feel on this game. I don't know who's going to do what for the Clippers because it seems like they're just standing around waiting for, a lot of the times when I'm watching them play, it looks like James Harden just, they're standing around waiting for James Harden to pass one of them the basketball and then they just shoot it. So I'm not sure what to do with that game. Best of luck if you guys are playing it. I don't have a strong feel. On the side, I would lean Clippers, but not strong enough to play it. And I don't have a strong feel on the total with both of these teams playing the opposite way recently. Let's see what you guys are seeing here. And then we'll get to send me a request if you guys got anything. I'll try to keep it short so we can get up off here. Sosa says, sell me those Space Jam 9s. I didn't even know you could see those. Nah. Those are unworn, my brother. Can't sell you those. Uncut says Luka is available. Let's go. He likes Luka tonight. Daniel says on DK, The Kings and Clippers both to score 114 is only minus 110. You can get both teams to score 118 at plus 170. Seems too easy. Books expecting one of them to get smoked by 20. I think the Clippers defense is just good enough to be able to hold this team down, Daniel. You watch the Clippers play, man, they go on spurts where they score, but they go on dry spells where they can't score the ball either, which, kind of evens out throughout the course of the game. And then it looks like they have a really good defensive game. So, one of the reasons why I couldn't get there on either side of the total in this one. Jimmy says Clippers were looking ahead, didn't play any defense, knew they could beat Portland with offense. Clippers own the Kings and slow Fox down. That's the way I'm looking as well, Jimmy. I think Clippers are the right side in this one, but pains me to say that. I'm not a Clippers fan. And just when I think I can trust them, that'd be the time that they slip up the most. Wells says same. He said scary game with the Clippers. Played 40 minutes last night. I don't know. Think I would stay away from this one. This one could go either way. Yeah, I'm with you there. Nabi likes Zubac over, he says 15 points. A lot of pick and roll with Harden. Okay. Justin, Warriors on the money line, plus 104. Okay. Buffalo says he took Harden 3 turnovers at plus 175. He had 3 yesterday. He played a ton of minutes, so could be a bit more careless with the ball. And the Kings will try to speed them up. That's really good reasoning, Buffalo. Best of luck. Best of luck to you, my brother. I hope you cash that. Hope you cash that for sure. Did we get anything else as far as injury-wise? I don't think so. Just wanted to check. Yeah, we don't have anything else. Pimp Highway says, I just joined. What do you think of Booker for 30+? And Steph over 28.5. I think both of those guys could score in this spot tonight. Haven't really zoomed in like a lot to watch Devin Booker, specifically in the in the last couple games, because he's gone under his points prop in back-to-back games against the Lakers and against the Kings. So I'm not sure what Mike Brown did in that game to slow him down, but I know he didn't go over his points, didn't go over his assists in that game either. I think I would lean towards Devin Booker going over. Also, I know you got to take this into consideration. A lot of people not saying this, but remember, if we think back to the beginning of the season, Bradley Beal's supposed to be the point guard of this team. Devin Booker's supposed to, like, quote unquote, slide back to the shooting guard position now that Bradley Beal's back. Bradley Beal's supposed to be the point guard. We'll see how it happens. All of those guys are unselfish, but Bradley Beal is, quote unquote, supposed to be the point guard with Devin Booker playing the 2. So we'll see. Smooth likes the under 236. Well, better not put Harden on Fox. He will get smoked. That's an absolute fact. That is a fact. Avery likes the Clippers. He says Clippers -3. The Kings shot the blood out of the ball last night. 25 made threes, franchise record, and like you said, the Clippers perimeter defense is very good. I agree. Yeah, it is good. It is good. This makes me lean a little bit more to the Clippers. Like I said, I didn't get there yet, but if I was playing anything else, it would be Clippers -3. My strong leans are Clippers -3.5. It might be some threes out there. Nurkic, I will have to figure out how to play his points prop, and then Jared Allen. I'm gonna look into his rebounds. That Bulls Nuggets first quarter and first half over are all also looks that I played. Tariq, real quick, one more before I get out of here. If you got thoughts on YouTube on Twitter, shoot me a request. I'll get a couple people up. Tariq says, now that Luka is available, would you short his assists and focus on his points? Would you short? Would I play his assists, or would I skip his assists and focus on his points? I think when it comes down to it, Luka's going to try to score the ball. So I would probably play his points, Tariq, in this spot. Uncut like Devin Booker over 24.5 and Luka over 28.5. He says, I'm rocking with Booker over 28.5, Nuggets +3.5, Celtics money line, Clippers +8.5, Book over 26.5 at +160 odds for the lay. That's a lot of stuff you got going on there, my brother. I hope you cash it, Uncut. Navi says, who do you think guards Booker, Clay, or Steph? Wiggins. Wiggins got to guard Devin Booker. Yeah, you can't put Steph on Devin Booker. Not when he got to carry your offense. And Clay can't move his feet to save his life. So he got to go on like Eric Gordon. You got to put Clay on the spot-up shooter. Interested to see some other thoughts and opinions, but I think it's definitely got to be Wiggins that guards Devin Booker in this spot. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. Only makes sense to me. Um, Buffalo got a parlay real quick. He likes SGP. He likes 8 Anthony Davis under 35 points. Luka to score 35 points at plus 150. So a buy. He's selling on one and buying on the other. All right. So official play for me. Like I said, only one play. I just played DeMar DeRozan to go under. The number is widely available right now. Not going to force it. This is a spot where I feel like, just because I had some success over the last couple of days, I don't want to just fire out anything. So I'm not playing a lot today. Don't mean that you can't play a lot. You do whatever it is that you like. But I only played DeMar DeRozan to go under his 24.5 points. If I add anything else, it'll be in the YouTube membership. And I'm telling you guys now, if I do, it'll be Clippers minus the 3.5. Nurkic, looking at his props in some way. Jared Allen, rebounds potentially to go under. Got to do some digging there. And Bulls Nuggets, probably first quarter and first half to go over. And if I was going to play those, I would split a unit versus playing both of them for a unit. So those are my thoughts. Let's get Godspeed up, and then let's see if we can get Dream up as well, and then we'll close out. What's up, Godspeed? Talk to me, my brother.
Yeah, what's good, bro?
What's up, man? How you?
I'm good, man. Yesterday was a shitty day, man. Luka didn't get the 10 assists, but I probably wanted to play it if Hardaway, they ruled him out. I know he get a lot of assists to Hardaway, catch and shoot opportunities for him, so I definitely probably want to play the assist. Yeah, SGA, he didn't come through for me either, so shitty day, but we move on. Just one unit risk for me right now. I know we got the risk free. I'm waiting on some injury news to see if I want to mess with that. But as of now, I got nothing. But I ran a combo play just because both of these lines that I liked were juiced. I'm fucking with Porzingis and Paul George. I took the threes. Porzingis, let me pull it up real quick. Porzingis, so his 3-point line is 1.5 juice to minus 150 on them to all books. But he's over in 5 out of 7 home games. He's averaging 2.2 3-pointers made in his last 5 games, with 3+ 3-pointers made in 3 out of those 5 games. He has 6.5 attempts in those last 5 games. That's what he's averaging. And he averaged 2 3-pointers made versus Cleveland. The Cavs allowed the 7 most 3-pointers made to the center position. And he also given up points. So I couldn't talk you off his points. I looked at his log in his last few games as far as points. He's at 18, 18, 9, 28, 26, 13, and 30 versus Jared Allen on his career. I know his line was 17.5 when I saw it this morning. I'm not sure what it is. As far as threes, he got 1, 4, 6, and 0 in his last 4. But he is attempting 8, 6, 4, and 8. The volume is there. We know he's going to get those open looks. He's playing with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. He's never played with anybody of that caliber except Luka, but they didn't have too much time together over there. So I like Kristaps Porzingis. He plays better at home. And I just think without Evan Mobley, Jared Allen ain't going to really get out there and try to contest it. As far as Paul George, I took his over 2.5 3-pointers made. He's over 2.5 3-pointers made in 7 out of 11 home games this season. He's averaging 3.3 at home. We get a small uptick on Paul George threes when he's on a second leg of a back-to-back. He's averaging 3.7 3-pointers made. He had 4 3-pointers made versus Sacramento with 9 attempts. He's a better shooter at home this season. The Kings are allowing the 3rd most 3-pointers made to the small forward position. When you look at Paul George, he's had success from behind the arc versus Sacramento. Over the years, since joining the Clippers, he's covered this line in the last 7 out of the last 8 games. So I like Paul George to at least get 3 3-pointers made. I went ahead and paired it. I got it for plus 178. on FanDuel. And then I just took the next few steps. I took Porzingis 3 and Paul George 4. And then I took Paul George 5 and Porzingis 4. The way I did it was a half a unit and then a quarter and a quarter. The odds were plus 178 on the base, plus 740 on the stepped up. And the lotto was plus 3,500. I went, like I said, I went a half, a quarter, and a quarter. If I was to play these straight, like I said, they juice. But with Porzingis, I do like Boston to win. Cleveland is on a back-to-back, and Boston is healthy. Cleveland is not. So I think if you want to just kill the juice with Boston money line, I want to say you can get it for around like minus 120 for the base for Porzingis 2 threes in the money line. And then as far as Paul George, if I wanted to kill the juice on his line, I would play Paul George 2.5 threes with James Harden 6 assists. He's covered that line in 9 out of the last 10 games. And the Kings, they want to play fast, and they give up assists to point guards. They're top 10 and giving up assists to point guards. So if you want to separate the base and play them straight, that's how I will play them straight. But yeah, that's all I got today, Chris. Just 1 unit rich for me as of now.
Okay. Hey, best of luck. Best of luck, guys. We appreciate you for sharing the looks. And no, those are favorable matchups. I think, second leg of a back-to-back, it makes sense that Paul George is going to shoot a bunch of threes tonight, especially against a Kings team. So I couldn't talk you off, guys. But best of luck, bro. I appreciate you sharing the looks, man.
Good luck tonight, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go, Dream. And then I think that's it. What's up, Dream? See if we can get Dream connected. Dream, can you hear me? Yo. Oh, no, he disconnected. Let's see if we can get Dream connected. Dream, can you hear me? Look like you connected on my end. I don't know what's going on your end.
Yo, what's good?
What up, Dream?
I don't know. I ain't hear none of guys be said. I don't know how long he was talking, so give up the same that he gave out. Must have been my Bluetooth in the car. But with the vibes, man. Yeah, keep it short and sweet because I got a bunch more capping to do because lines just dropping. Aaron Gordon double plus 480. Just took that. Bulls give up, I don't know, top 5, top 2, top 1 rebounds to his position. He had 12. It was on his double plus 800 earlier in the year. And he got 12 versus Chicago. So also had 9 last year and the last match versus Chicago. Probably didn't do well in the first one last year. I probably remember it. But yeah, just took it, just dropped, took it. Also love Jared Allen tonight. I'm not going to give out anything official because I'm still deciding exactly how I want to attack it. But love Jared Allen. Just a little bit of numbers or whatever. He's averaging 23 and 12 versus Porzingis for his career since 2018. And that might be for their whole careers. I don't know when they each got drafted, but yeah, since 2018, 3-game sample size. And last year, because I'm on his points plus rebounds, that's a straight bet at 20 and a half. But I'm looking for, some blow money bets for sure. But yeah, averages 23 and 12 versus Porzingis for his career. Last year versus Boston, don't got the numbers in front of me, but I know he had 23 and 26 points plus rebounds from 26 and 29, some shit like that. In the one game he didn't do good. Mobley went crazy, and Mobley's out today. So, love Jared Allen. Almost anywhere I could get him. I heard you talking about the rebounds under. Only reason why they don't scare me much is because, like I said, in my captain I seen last year, Horford was stretching the floor and he still was getting his rebounds. He still had 2 games with double-digit rebounds. So, and Horford had games last year with 1, 2, and 6 3-pointers made. So, you guys might want to look for Porzingis as well. But yeah, just for the sake of the show, I'll give out Aaron Gordon double-double. I'm having a bunch more on my timeline, but I'm gonna, whip up some more plays.
Okay, Jared Allen. You said Aaron Gordon double-double, and then you'll have you potentially have a play on Jared Allen. Yeah, I was gonna look a little more into that, James. It sounds like you already did, so I'm gonna stay off of that under on him. Like you said, just based on him getting the better of Kristaps Porzingis for whatever reason. Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it. It's gonna be interesting, man. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just lay off a lot of these live spots. I mean these early numbers, and then just see what I can get potentially live in this spot. So real quick, Mike Trudell, Laker beat writer, just tweeted Jared Vanderbilt is a game time decision via Darvin Ham. If he can play, he'll be one of the options to try and slow down Luka Doncic. Vanderbilt was key last season after the Lakers acquired him against Luka in Dallas. Darvin Ham noted that the Lakers have been more aggressive defensively, both as they've gotten key personnel back and also to match up with perimeter-based opposing attacks. I love how it's really put juice into our defense, is what Darvin Ham said. Jason Kidd says Kyrie Irving right heel contusion is in a walking boot. Oh wow, and using crutches. Wow, but quote, it feels better. Unquote. Pause that. There has yet to be a return timetable established for the reigning NBA All-Star. Wow, I did not know that. That is insane. Okay, yeah, I'm just reading some stuff that's coming through on my timeline real quick that might be helpful for y'all, Captain. As it relates to these games, Godspeed, what's going on? Talk to me.
I just want to fuck with Dream for a little bit. Dream, I know you didn't hear me. I took Porzingis. It's crazy because you don't know what I said, but I took Porzingis threes a lot of comboed with Paul George, and I just took their base through a half, quarter. But hopefully Porzingis and Jared Allen, it seemed like I didn't see Jared Allen numbers versus Porzingis, so it seemed like they be going at it. So hopefully we get another good matchup tonight, bro.
Yeah, that was actually my first play I gave out on the timeline. Porzingis 4 threes at plus 500, and I got his 3 threes or something too that I gave out on my channel. So yeah, but I only capped that. My cap on that was just based off of honestly, because Porzingis don't got the best history himself versus Jared Allen as far as threes. But just seeing what Al Horford did, I'm like, shit, Porzingis is probably going to get more up. He's a better shooter. So, but yeah, Porzingis generally, spinners, generally do well against Cleveland. So, couldn't talk you off Porzingis. But when I did some digging, I was just very surprised by Jared Allen. And you might be getting a discount because he didn't play much yesterday. And he had terrible numbers because of foul trouble. So you might be getting sort of a discount on him because he's been out with injury too. So yeah, man, I won't be surprised if they both going crazy. Hopefully Jared Allen get 20 and 10. And KP get about 23 and 12 on 5 threes. Everybody's happy. But I know Chris wants to get off, so I'll give y'all just 30 seconds a game. Mitchell, I don't know if anybody mentioned this. He had 43 times last year versus Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So Garland's in a great matchup. Tatum probably went over his points plus rebounds every game last year versus him. So I'm interested. I'm like you, bro. I'm trying to catch a bunch of shit live today. I'm just interested to see how these people react to being on a back-to-back. Hopefully he starts slow. Then I can pop him with a couple live tickets.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm be looking the same way, man. Some starts off because I don't feel like I have the greatest, just read on these games, and I'm always gonna be transparent with y'all and tell y'all that. Like, if I don't feel like I got a good read on it, I'm gonna just tell y'all up front. So Caruso just got ruled out, just FYI. That should be more points being scored because he is a defender. But yeah, I'm gonna just give it to y'all straight. If I don't got a good read on it, I don't got a good read on it. So yeah, I don't feel like I do. So I will be potentially firing off some live bets. Real quick, going back to the chat before I get out of here. Let's see. Warrior Sons is a pick now. Damani says. Coop says build out Aaron Gordon double on DraftKings for plus 500. I hope Dream heard that. What up, Fremont? Appreciate you being here, tapping in. Marcus says, what's up? What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for tapping in as well, Marcus. Uncut says Porzingis was also on a lot of worse teams. I was thinking about that as well, Uncut. He was on a lot of worse teams with less options when they previously matched up. I take that previous stat stuff with a grain of salt. That could be true. We'll see how it goes. If I'm the Cavs, I would rather let Porzingis beat me than Tatum and even Brown. Yeah, I can see that. EQ says best player prop bet for him is Russell Westbrook over 8.5 at plus 100 on points bet. Best of luck there, my guy. And Jimmy says, good luck tonight, Chris. Tough card. We'll be back tomorrow for some more cash. Yeah, I got to look at the slate for tomorrow. Maybe even potentially put out the first episode of the overnight, show that I'm gonna start doing as well. Damani says, hit the like button, gang. And then David says, 100 likes. This feels right. If I got 100 likes, I can't tell how many I got, but if I got 100 likes, that does feel good, man. Appreciate you guys for showing love as always, for tuning in. Like I said, one straight bet for me, and that's gonna be DeMar DeRozan under 24.5. I just think, like I said, back-to-back spot, traveling, 40-point game yesterday. You can't ask for so much from the old man DeRozan, man. If he finishes with 24 points, it's gonna be a little sweaty, so I prefer him to be around 20, and I'd be cool. But if he didn't touch, 19, I'd be great too. Because somebody sweat this under with me tonight, man. Let me know if y'all gonna sweat that under with me on DeRozan under 24.5 points. I gave a breakdown of it earlier, but like I said, one straight play for me today. I'm gonna look a little bit more in the Bulls Nuggets first quarter, potentially going over, and Nurkic props, Clippers -3.5. The other three ways I'm looking to play the games tonight, but already gonna start looking forward to tomorrow as well, man. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Like I said, always appreciate the love. A lot of gratitude in my heart for everybody that comes through, shares looks, shares the show, hit the like button for me, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Best of luck tonight on all your action, and let's catch some tickets, man. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'm out.